how did you come across the actual event? And then also, of course, think about it as a subject for a feature film.
I actually found a tape in a Goodwill. It really was about seeing the guy trying to keep it all together under so much pressure, and knowing that, like, seeing his face and knowing that he knew a lot more than what he was portraying, made him a really interesting character, and I thought it was worthy of a movie.
You have the disclaimer at the beginning. I'm curious, a few examples in terms of the balance between the documented aspects of what went down during the Michael Larson episode, especially in terms of what was going on with the executives and what they might have actually done, and the fictional. Just if there's any examples, you could help us understand that aspect a little better.
We actually had Bill Carruthers Jr. as our creative consultant. Yeah, so when we finished writing the script, we Googled his name, saw a number in Santa Barbara, gave him a cold call, and the guy said, "I've been waiting for this call for 40 years," which was amazing. And then we sent him the script, and he was like, "Oh, okay, you need to do this. My dad was not like that. This is wrong. This is good." We tried to be very faithful to what we know, which are the 40 minutes of the two game shows. We wanted to play with everything that we didn't know about, which was all the commercial breaks before and the aftermath. So the audition is all fiction. He gave us a couple of little, like, Easter eggs, like the plate, the ceramic plate that he brings into the audition room was actually a thing. But everything outside of those 42 minutes that you can find on YouTube, all the dramatization of the control room is all what we came up with, what we created, what we dramatized. And we kept thinking, like, these guys must be losing their minds. How can we, just like make it dramatic and make it a movie and make it a thriller? And that's the balance that we were striking for.
You had a waiver with the strike, I think, so this was like a unique moment in time when you got to put this together. And then also Samir Anderson, for me, was just a revelation as Chuck. I thought he was outstanding. A little bit about the casting, and Amanda, if you have anything to help us understand with that part.
Yeah, so we did shoot during the strike. Paul came on first, and the cast rounded out pretty quickly around him. Once he was on, everyone was really excited to join. Obviously, it helped that people were out of work at the moment, and we had a waiver. And we ended up having all these, really small roles that we didn't expect, like the role of the PA, where Maisie stepped up, and she was, just delighted to come and be part of the movie. And even James Wolk, like some great, really strong actors that were willing to play some of the side characters. And, we kind of thought, like, how can we give them more lines really quickly, because we're impressed with the level of the cast that we got. But no, it was a great ensemble that was kind of built around Paul.
But yeah, it was a little crazy to see how because we had been sending the script around like in March, and we got Paul, but all the agencies knew about the script, and then when the strike hit, they were like, "We saw that you got the waiver, who do you want?" And they just sent the client list, and we were like, obviously shooting for the top, and then 2 days later, you got it, and we were blown away, and we just kept throwing names and aiming for the highest of the list, and everyone just kept coming and coming and coming, and it just became a crazy ensemble cast. And yeah, we were very lucky or prepared.
Yeah, I mean, the other interesting thing was we were planning to cast a lot of those roles locally in Colombia, and our services company kind of promised us, there's a great selection of cast here. You won't hear their accents at all. And we went through hundreds and hundreds of tapes, and in every single one, we found maybe one person that didn't have a Colombian accent, so we ended up flying a lot more of the cast than we intended.
Your composer, is it John Carroll Kirby?
Yep.
Can you tell us a bit how you found him to be a contributor to the film?
We went to see a Conan Mocassin concert in Highland Park. He's a New Zealand musician that we really like. And then he invited John Carroll Kirby to play the keyboard for that concert. And we saw him and we were like, wow, that guy's really talented. And then when we shot the movie, we were like, okay, let's reach out to John. And he said, absolutely, let's do this. he started sending demos immediately. Like he's a very hardworking musician. And then, yeah, he started, while we were cutting, he started sending stuff, but then once we locked the cut, he started composing, and then I went to a studio in Altadena for about a month, just this March. We started thinking about the different spaces, so we knew that up in the control room it was going to be a specific genre, and then downstairs it was going to be electronic and different. And then, yeah, we started polishing both spaces, and I think he's incredibly talented, and it was a pleasure to work with him, and hopefully we're going to do the next one with him.
As I said, I do want to get some questions from our audience.
Incredible movie, excellent performances from everyone. I was wondering, like, what did you watch to prepare for this movie, and like, what are your stylistic influences as a director or filmmaker?
When the movie really clicked was we had the foundation of the 40 minutes again, and then I was thinking, why me? Why am I going to make this movie? And then I started reading about his life, and then I found that he had a really troubled love life, and that's when I was like, okay, this is my in to it. And then I wanted to make a love story. I love romantic movies, and I just kept watching. Like my favorite movie of all time is On Body and Soul, a Hungarian movie. Can we camouflage a romance under a thriller? So it was mostly love stories, actually. So Punch Drunk Love was a big one. Yeah, that in Paris, Texas, because we always kept discussing like the layers of the onion and like how to peel a character and just get to the emotional core, which I think they do very successfully in that movie. So I think those three romantic movies would be the reference.